Hello everyone, my name is Sprinkling12, also known as BS12 Official, and welcome back to another video. This is one of my first times doing these type of videos where I just set the mic up and use Audacity, put some pictures on, and we'll have some fun. Anyway, we're going to be talking about, well, this is called FNAF Memories, so it's going to go down my events that happened in my FNAF series and all of them in general. So, let's start from the beginning. It was called FNAF Minecraft Roleplay. Yes, it was my first. Yes, it was short, very short in fact. It lasted around 50-ish episodes. At the end, I was just getting my cast, and that was the point where I decided, let's restart it. Next one up is called FNAF Reawakened, the original. FNAF Reawakened was the original one where most of my cast was around. I had new actors, all that type of stuff just joined. Second, third generation just joined. This is at the point where it was really at the time where it was just a good friend group having fun. And yeah, we recorded a lot during any time because of cast, time zones, and that problems. FNAF Reawakened lasted for 2 seasons. The first one lasted about 20-ish episodes. Third, about 25-ish episodes. And yeah, season 2 lasted only about possibly 10-ish, 12-ish. At least that's the amount it was. May not be on YouTube. And then I said I restarted because I want a different map. Then comes Code Caliber. At this point, I restarted it because I wanted to do this party house theme that I wanted to do. And it lasted for maybe, you want to say, about 20 episodes before I had to cancel it off due to some YouTube drama and some cast breakup. And fortunately, Code Caliber went downhill. Next one was FNAF Reawakened theme park. The FNAF Reawakened theme park was okay. This was on my old channel, and it's still, the videos aren't up, but I can post them. This was the point where I got a new computer, and it wasn't on my phone anymore, so all this switched over. Fortunately, halfway through the season, I had someone else recording most of my POVs, which sucked because I did not want to do that. Old computer, all this type of stuff happened, yada yada yada. And yeah, that thing lasted for about, 30, 40-ish episodes. That one was the idea where it came up where there is a puppet master throughout this entire series, and the main character, Clayton, aka Clayton Afton, he was the main subject, and he remembers every time this world got reset. And that's the occasion where that's my excuse to keep resetting the world. But yeah. This is that was my 5th. My 6th time resetting was, what? My 6th time resetting was a thing that I had started up for 2 episodes on my interior, and that thing went downhill immediately because just stuff happened. And my 7th time, which is the newest FNAF Reawakened, which is on this channel. FNAF Reawakened, that lasted about, 20, 30 episodes. The 2 seasons before it, the one that was theme park, that thing lasted 2 seasons, about, I want to say it had about 40 to 50 episodes. Yeah. My newest one did last around, I think, about 29 episodes. The reason why I canceled off FNAF Reawakened, PHP, more or less, was because I didn't like how the series was going. It started off as mostly just myself and a few actors, and all type of stuff random. I always liked to make a storyline because of FNAF Reawakened, because it was my first series I really did that I wanted to contribute. As I said, over time, actors just started messing around, and it was just chaos because I had a strict thing where I couldn't really do a party house. Pizzerias are just like I already did one literally like for first half of season 4. I want to try something new, so I moved off my interior and went to a mod world and did a theater or small theater, which I think I should have been way bigger than it should have been, but it was fine. That one I actually do collabs with more often. The season before there was collabs here and there, but I did collabs. I was very thankful for that collabs. About to say I switched off to Java. I switched off to Java when I was doing the thing on my interior. All this else was in Bedrock, so we did the challenge. It was really challenging because I started off as a Bedrock player, moved to Java. Now I do both. As you could probably tell. I say I did have a blast doing FNAF Reawaken. This was our storyline. I want to try to do one last reset, my 8th one. I want to try to do it, and I want to try to do it the way I want it. I may change the lore, because there used to be over like 40 characters. And then the breakup happened between the cast, and my co-director, who was one of my co-directors who was playing half the characters, took hers. And yeah, my other co-director, who plays Wolfric, if you didn't know, he never left, and he's been the original voice actor for that. Um, some of the old voice actors left. As for Molten Tear, because if you didn't know from my previous channel, I had a previous voice actor for Molten Tear, which he was actually I was the original. Then I gave it to him, and then he never came back, so I gave it to a new person, which is Zero, who who thankfully redid that skin. Because I didn't like the bad one. It wasn't that it was bad, the old one was. It was because I wanted to try to switch over to Java. So I had more player models, so we have access to more crazier design for Molten Tear, which kind of made it look crazy cool. But I don't know if I'm gonna have I'm going to have Molten Tear because he's the third FNAF LC I made. Wolfric was the second. Phantom Tear was the first. And then the Owls came. Snowy and Solar. They came around that time, and then during that time, I also started creating the I started creating my puppet OCs, which weren't really OCs, but I'd say, because I had Virtual Puppet, which I made him back in the second revamp. He was my main OC because he was a OC of a friend, which eventually created Green Bond, which Green Bond was the original voice actor, and the voice and the OC of his made into an OC of mine. Like I said, um, the one that's on the one that's up on my old channel, that one had a lot of my old friends, mostly like Shadow Fred, and Shadow Fred was one of my old admins, so he was very part of his series, like Jesse Afton and all that type of stuff was part of it. And that series box was just, it was chaotic sometimes, but I think we did it right a lot. Thankfully, he was part of my most recent. He played his character called Salvage. I also did collab with him, and I've collabed with him twice. One for a previous one, and rather this one. If you look at his channel, there are 2 encounters I have with his 30-ish. I'm really grateful. Thankfully, he's been helping me out ever since I did one on my Tyria, which is the reason why I wanted to start one. Him and Twin, Twin Does Gaming, they both have helped me. They both have helped me ever since I started. Not started, but they both have helped me ever since I got really onto Java and started doing more in there. Which I did more stuff in Java. Well, when I got my computer, I got Bedrock and Java at the times, and Cody Caliber was originally on my computer, so that happened. Um, During this time, I was doing other Minecraft roleplays, and FNAF just became a main hobby because all of you guys like it. I did special delivery, but yeah. FNAF Reawaken, I'm gonna say this. FNAF Reawaken was, I think, one of my first successful series. I think it is now my most successful, except for special delivery. That belongs to Jess Does Gaming, aka Karma Gaming. But I believe I want to do one last restart, which is, I think, the final time I may do a FNAF series on this channel. FNAF, I've said this before to my friends, I've said it again, and I'm going to say it again. FNAF has given me the most beneficial experience I've ever had in my career, and the worst experience I ever had in my career. It has gone through a lot of rough and downs, I would say, for my emotional health and for other stuff. A lot of YouTuber drama in between cast and other stuff, which most of it's now settled out. I still talk to some of my old friends, but like I said, we're all busy. The YouTube drama's all figured out. I just don't talk to the YouTubers. I really don't touch anymore. They did help me. This is the reason why I came up with a theme park. Not a theme park, a fairground idea for. And yeah. My yeah. I'm gonna say this. For my most recent one that I did, we did have a lot more to the map, as you saw that happened. We were building the Festivus Frights and this location, but I just ended up canceling it before everything got finished. I now, because I have my picture scrolling for this, so that's why it's happening. I'm gonna say I really did enjoy FNAF Reawaken and all of its series combined. Which is a reason why I have, like, scenes of, like, Alex, with Wolfric and Clayton, Clayton making Wolfric and Molten Tier and Phantom Tier, and then, Phantom Timber's death, Clayton Daphne's death into Molten Tier, because that's the original suit, actually, so of course he'll get something to the original one. And the scene of the original animatronics, the scene of Phantom Tier, aka just Clayton Afton in general, getting his illusion disc body, which complicated because there's two. It's complicated, split souls between Clayton, Molten Tier, Phantom Tier, split souls of Clayton, but they still make it the same person. Most of the lore that I had with Bless, I don't remember how full channel. Oh, Blessful Angel. For that Clayton, it's somewhat still canon. Me and that whole entire group that I was part of, really doesn't talk as much anymore because of what happened between drama, and I kind of just ditched the group, and the group kind of just fell away. I kind of just fell away from the group. But to the storyline, that's still canon-ish. At least for my canon, it is. Maybe not for hers, because she's redid her series. For the storyline, still canon for me. Yeah. All that God and all that type of stuff, I believe was still canon for me. I'm gonna say that the reason why you saw me switch between all this stuff was because really I just had to deal with cast because of how much drama between cast members happened during the time. Remember, this is like the span of like 3-ish years I've restarted this over and over again. I had there's a lot of up and downs for FNAF Reawaken, which is the reason why I loved the series and hated it. You've seen some else before where I said I'm doing FNAF stuff, because I kind of am. I want to get out of the community, but I keep getting hooked back into it. I'm a builder for some channels, and I'm a voice actor and builder for other channels. Yeah. I do voice act for small channels. I do voice act for just beginners and all that stuff. I used to voice act for some big channels, but stuff happened. More maturity has happened between that channel and I. We're still okay. I still talk to him sometimes, but yeah. I'm really glad if anyone watches this that I'm grateful you stuck around to the end of the video. This really did mean a lot to me. I really hope I do still going forward while making a season Generation 8 of FNAF Reawaken. This video is called FNAF Memories just because this is the past of the FNAF story season and storyline of what you need to know. I know it wasn't like in depth because of I didn't want to go super in depth between why. Just so you know, I had to delete one of the channels that had most of the old videos, so you can't really see them. You may be able to see them on old channels like Pixels, 3D Art Pixel Animation has some of the old collabs from that generation. Bless and Chef Fred has some of the collabs from the previous generation. Thinkley and Twin has the collabs from the newest generation. Yeah. I'm gonna see this. I had an old friend on Xbox Live who was originally a bot actor, and I'm sorry to say, my old friend, I really appreciate you, but I switched over to Discord around that time and just needed to get out of the area of Xbox Live because drama happened and I wanted to get out of that area in general. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace out.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to